Alrighty, so hey, welcome back to VexHexGames, everyone. Today we are going to be playing some of Turmoil's campaign mode. Now the hardest part of starting out a Turmoil playthrough is figuring out which character you want to do. First up, we've got Blanche. Hello there, does being a lawyer sound interesting? Well, in truth, it's kind of boring, and I couldn't handle it. I've got a serious case of oil fever, and the only cure is finding oil. Blanche reminds me of that old stereotypical woman whose husband died under mysterious circumstances, and she's just kind of gathering mysterious checks through the mail all the time. That's Blanche. Next up, we got Joshua. Howdy, partner. This dude has been herding cattle long enough to know that nights on the prairie are cold and lonely. I hope earning money with oil is as easy as throwing lassos. Like the little cigarette butt that he's got sticking out of his mouth with his little hat. Joshua's kind of cute. I might go with Joshua. Then next up, we got Daisy. Delighted to make your acquaintance. I made a nice living in real estate, but it's time for a new business plan. I'm going underground. I don't like to dilly-dally, so let's get to work. Daisy definitely has a shady past. Every single one of these people have a shady past, but Daisy is kind of sticking out to me. And then Ricardo, who's my personal favorite. I've played as him before. I love him. Buenos dias! I've sailed the world as a ship captain for years, and I can't even swim. I don't want to worry about drowning anymore unless it's in money. Ricardo's my favorite. Oh, it's so difficult not to choose him again. You know what? Let's go with Daisy. Let's go with shady past Daisy. I like her. Hi there, future oil baron. Welcome to my soon-to-be lovely town. The oil industry will be booming here. That's what you think. Let's get to work. Click on the wagon and I'll show you the basics of oil drilling. I don't need a tutorial. I've done this before. Skip the tutorial. Good job. Now it's time for the real work. Come to the town hall to meet your rivals and get yourself a parcel of land for your next venture. Alright, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Alright, so we already met these guys. So I'm gonna skip through this little bit. Now the first plot of land is given to you. You don't get to pick it, but after this you get to bid on the one that you want. Typically, unless somebody fights you for it, you get it, which is pretty good. Everybody starts off with 20 grand, and then as the game progresses, you'll also get more houses and buildings built in that you can kind of accommodate. Alright, just had to adjust my audio a little bit. Hopefully it'll be better to hear me. And we are ready to dig. Alright, so first what I'm going to do is throw down 3 dowsers. I really hate the dowsers. They suck. But they're the guys who are going to search for oil in the ground. And because it's so early game, you're kind of stuck with them. But I much prefer using the scanners way later on. I also like to get my stuff kind of queued up and ready by clicking on it, even though I can't afford it, or in this case I can't afford it, but I don't want to use it yet, just so that way it saves on time later on. I usually like to start digging about halfway down, and I missed this deposit just by a little bit. Aw, I missed it again. Really frustrating, and not a great way to start this game off. In the past, I found that the longer it takes dowsers to find oil, the farther down it is, and sometimes they won't find it at all because they only have a limited range. Man, I really got messed up with this one here. That's okay. If I can't embarrass myself making silly mistakes on my own gaming channel, then what is the point? Alright, this one didn't take this guy too long to find it, so I'm going to keep relatively close to the surface. Proves to be a good move. I'm going to get some horses geared up because I know this stuff is going to fill up fast, and then I don't want to have any kind of spillage. I want to avoid that at all costs. Mostly because I can't afford any spillages. Spillages will happen if your oil hits the top of these oil rigs before your horses can fill up and bring it to the stations. I'm also going to throw down another dowser to kind of comb the area and see where more oil deposits might be. Might be a good idea to throw down a few extra horses too. Alright, now he found something here. I'm betting there's something right in the middle, but it's the final month because the first round is very, very short, so I'm not going to dig. I'm just going to let my horses go out and do their thing. Early game is also difficult too because the time frame I feel is a lot shorter. It gets into that true year-long feel as you progress. It's probably consistent now early game, but it doesn't feel like it. Mostly because I think I'm so limited in what I can do. As the month comes to a close too, you'll see that the tiles will start pecking away. That'll show you where everything is. It's not as important early game, but later on it does get really heartbreaking when you see that you've missed like 3 diamonds or 4 oil deposits or even gas deposits way later in. Yeah, so not the strongest start. I didn't get to finish this deposit. I cleared out these 2. Missed a whole bunch. Only made almost 2 grand in profits. Not the best start. But for most of early game, you will beat your other competitors, which is kind of reassuring. Howdy, my name is Fred Metal. Are you looking to make your oil mining operation more efficient? Come to my factory to upgrade your gear. So I am actually going to go to Fred's because I want to widen my pipes. Found a way to increase the capacity of pipes. Highly recommend. Yeah, this will not only speed up the oil going into the rig, but later on in game it will also make the multitude of pipes that you will connect all kind of built in, which is great. So I'm gonna stick with that, and I think I'm gonna leave it there because I won't have enough money to dig. So now we gotta go to the town hall for the land auction part. Now, as you go through, the land that's already been mined for oil will have numbers. The higher the number, the better the results were for that area. So if you find a piece of land that's in between, let's say a 51 and a 52, then it's pretty good. And then the lower the numbers go that surround that land, the less chance that you're going to have of actually pulling good stuff. So I'm going to actually go random. I'm going to go way up here and see what happens. Because I don't want to compete with other people nearby. Okay, I'm going to take my 12 grand and we're going to go digging. So similar strategy, going to throw down some dowsers to feel it out. Going to gear up my oil rig. I just kind of gotta wait. This is the type of game where you're either gonna be stressed by it and enjoy it, or you're gonna be stressed by it and hate it. Personally, I find that it's a very cathartic, nice stress, if that's even possible. It's a game where it doesn't make me super angry while playing it. I'm just playing it, and then if something bad happens, it's like, oh man, that sucks, but it's not the end of the world. I had a similar experience with Hollow Knight, which I am near completion in beating. I basically just have to fight the Nightmare King for bonuses, and I have to fight the Radiance, and then I'll be done. So these ones didn't go quite far enough. There's one. I'm gonna switch my horses to go to the writing because the price is higher. There we go. I see this one doesn't have a whole lot. So that will probably finish relatively quickly. Ah, this one misses by that much. Oh, I hate how close I get, and I'm just a little bit off. It's definitely better with scanners. Next, I'm going to throw down another oil rig over here with a connecting pipe that will kind of speed up this suck-up process for the oil, make it go faster to increase my profits. I'm going to throw 2 more horses down because I saw my oil levels getting somewhat dangerous and concerning. So hopefully that will help cover my bases. And then I'm going to throw down another dowser because I bet there's a bunch of stuff that I'm missing way over here. But I got to worry about the oil that I have found so far. And because it is a longer trek now for my horses, because the higher prices are all the way at the left and there's nothing over here, I am going to throw down 2 more horses to kind of help balance out my numbers. I'm still waiting for this dowser to find a thing. Maybe there's some more deposits over here that I've missed. I'm betting that there are, but there's at least 2 down here, 1 down here. But I also don't want to risk just drilling aimlessly. Because I'm scared. My finances aren't too great for that. This one should be depleted soon. This one's still going. Alright, now writing is back up, so I'm going to send my guys over there. That'll decrease the distance that they have to travel. Hopefully speeding up their process a little bit. Eventually you can upgrade your horses, not only having more of them, but also having a counter that shows you how many numbers, or how many of them are out in the field, and then you can also increase their storage, so that way they'll be able to carry more oil, and that way they'll be able to speed up and get faster too. So there's a lot of really great upgrades that you can have for the horse, but again, because I just started a new campaign, we're very early on, and it's going to take a hot second before that can happen. You can also throw down a silo, in which case you can store your oil in case prices are too low. But because I've been chilling around 80 cents or higher for most of the game, I haven't worried about them too much because then it's just extra time because the horses then have to transport the oil to the silo and then pick it back up from the silo and bring it over to the stations when the prices are good. It's just a hassle. I personally like to avoid it. I know a lot of people like doing that and like using that method, so it's really what's up to you. But eventually you can upgrade your silos as well. You'll be able to upgrade your oil rigs too, mainly so that way these connectors, these drillers that go down into the ground, they'll be able to drill through rock, which is really convenient because at some point rocks will mess up your map and it gets annoying when you're trying to navigate all around the rocks using pipes when it's cheaper just to drill through. Alright, Alright, my dowser didn't find anything way over there, so I guess he just left the map. I'm gonna throw one more dowser over here, just to check and see if there is in fact anything buried underneath. It's May 25th in-game. The land lease ends on June 30th, so I've got a little less than a month left for my horses to finish depositing or depleting this oil. Alright, and the music change means that we are now in the last month. And the dowser still hasn't gone off, which makes me think that if there is oil, it's too far down under his radius, which ends about here, so probably way down here. But again, it's too late in the game for me to start exploring all willy-nilly. I know the left ink is higher, but by the time they get all the way over there, it's easier just to do it here. They were over here. Too far out of the dowser's reach, though. Dang. Oh well. I really do hate the dowsers. I can't wait to get scanners. So earnings, 11 grand. Spendings, 4 grand. Profit, 7 grand. Alright. Not the best. So that's kind of how it goes. Alright, so let's do one more. Nice to meet you. I'm Edward, and I'm a bit of a handyman. I like to experiment with stuff that can help you find oil. Make sure to check out my inventions. Edward, let's see what you got. Depth. Yeah, you have scanner, 25 grand. Ah, I'm so close. You know what? I'm gonna save up for the scanner. I'm not gonna spend anything. I'm just gonna go dig. Alright, so I take my 16,000 with me, and here we go. Alright, got one first try, which is great. Got the second one first try, which is great. And I just gotta wait for my horses to get over there so that way I can explore over by writing. See what's buried underground. Small with this guy. Alright, small didn't cut it. I'm gonna branch out a little more. second try just by that much. Had to extend. Oh, sucks. Alright, these prices are really low, so I'm just going to keep one horse active so I can make some money. And the others are going to fill up the silo. So this gets to 80. There we go. There we go. Hopefully that's far enough to be able to suck up that oil. I also need to throw down some more horses because I'm starting to have major spillage, which is a problem. Alright, I think things have been balanced out at this point. I'm at $1.22 for gas, or for oil. All my horses are going to writing. I think we're looking okay now. Oh, I lied. Not all my horses were going to writing. Now they are, though. And this way I'll have 5 horses on oil rig check. I think 2 for silo pole. And then the rest on standby, which is excellent. And if I had a scanner, I could check this one to see how far down it goes. I don't know if it's a big one like this one or if it's a small one. Question is, do I risk it by putting down another oil rig and connecting it? You know what? I'm gonna go for it. Actually, this one's depleted, this one's depleted. I'm just down to these 2. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it, just because I don't know how much longer this one has. And I want to try to get all of the oil before the end of the season. Alright, final month. I think we'll be able to deplete everything. Three out of my 4 reserves are done. Just waiting on this one. These ones were the heavy hitters. Okay, so earnings 20,000, spending 6,000, and final profit of 13,000. Neat. Alright, and Daisy has ended the day with higher than everybody else as expected, but still very satisfying. Alright, I think that's where I'm going to end this for now, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.